Okay guys, welcome to sunny California, North Hollywood. We're in Glendale right now shooting this. Beautiful weather out. Wish the wind was going this way, but it's not. So I'm going to show you how to curve a soccer ball and how to kind of do it the right way. When you think of curved soccer ball, you're thinking more of just going left to right or right to left. We're going to get into more bending, which is kind of going to have that top spin as well. But the basics of how to curve a soccer ball is simply like passing. It's the same fundamentals. So you want to hit the ball with kind of like right on this part of your foot, and you kind of want to bring your foot around. So a normal pass, you know, if I was passing you, a normal pass would be just straight through the back of the ball and forward. When you're thinking of bending or curving a ball, you're going to kind of come out and you're going to hit on the outside of the ball. So you're going to put that little spin on it. And if you just touch the ball simply with a normal pass, it's going to have the back spin, but when you curve it, it's going to kind of have this little left to right or right to left spin, whichever foot you are. I'm a lefty, so I'm going to show you a little bit here. So what I want to do with curving, and again, you can do some curving on the ground. It's a little bit of a short field here, so bear with me, but you know, you're going to come like onto the ball at kind of an angle, so you want to come at a 45-degree angle. When I'm just simply passing the ball, I'm coming on more straight, but for a curve, you actually want to get more of an angle. See, and it'll have that curve on it. You're not going to see a whole lot of curve because we're pretty close to the goal. See if I can kind of get in the air a little bit. See, so you'll see a little bit of curve again, and the wind's kind of going against us here. But that's the basics. Is you want to be able to hit it with the inside of your foot on the very, very outside of the ball, and then you want to bring your leg around. You kind of want to bring your leg almost across the body, because that's what's going to give it a little bit of curve here. So again, it's going to be hard to tell, but you're going to see that spin, and that's what's going to be good. So you got Chaz. See, he's got a little curve there, or a little bit of spin. Again, it's going to be almost impossible to tell this quick unless I blast one. So again, you know, you're going to see that little spin where it's going to kind of tuck it away. When you're doing more bending, that's when you're going to actually get more of that curve that's going to go from up all the way down right, or if you're righty, it's going to go up and then down to the left, which I'm going to explain a lot about. But a lot of the problems that people have with how to curve a soccer ball is they're not getting enough power on it. And what they're doing is they're actually hitting the ball too far over on the outside of the ball, where you want to hit it here and you want to follow through and push it. So when you follow through and push it, it's going to have that little kick. Again, when you're passing the ball and when you're reaching a high level and playing professional soccer like I did, you want to make sure that you're actually getting a lot of speed on the ball. I'd say that's one of the main things where people mess up, is when they get to higher levels, they're not used to the quickness of pace. And part of the quickness of pace is having very, very driven balls, or having some that have a lot of a lot of power behind it. So even if you're doing a simple pass, you know, you should put a little nice trap, Chaz. You should put a little bit of power behind it, and the same is true with chipping, and the same is true with curving. You know, you want to make sure that you're not just giving it like this little curve like that. You actually want to make sure that you got some pretty good pace on it. So again, that's just kind of how, and that works for shots too, because one of the things that I like doing is I like bending the ball away from the goalie. You know, 65% of all goals are scored by placing the ball. You know, it's something I teach in my course, but you don't always need to go crazy. But you know, when a curve is good for that type of shot, or bending it around the side, down the field to your forward that's coming onto it. So again, that's just the basics of how to curve a soccer ball. We're going to teach you some other stuff as well. So make sure you subscribe up here, like, and give us 5 stars or whatever. Let us know what you want to learn. Any comments you have, any feedback, I'll be happy to come by and answer them, because I do this page for you guys. And if you want to see a video of how I went from being just an average player to playing professional and playing All-American soccer, one of the best tricks I like doing with juggling is actually learning how to juggle a soccer ball on your neck, or how to catch a soccer ball on your neck. And I remember being younger and going out in Orlando, Florida, on our St. Augustine grass in the driveway, and just learning how to do this. It drove me nuts that I couldn't figure it out after watching all those Nike commercials for the World Cup. So one of the easiest ways to do that is to pick up the ball and just learn to throw it up and then catch it. And what you want to do is, like any trapping video that you'll ever hear from me, is you need to think of like catching an egg. You need, when you have a partner toss you an egg, if you ever did that growing up, maybe not, is when they, Chaz here, when they toss you, you know, say this was a giant egg, what you need to do is you need to catch it like that, and you need to kind of brace it and slow it down, slow the pace of it down. The same is true with your neck. So when people do this wrong and they get really frustrated, they will never do it. It's because when they go to catch the ball in the neck, they just go like this and they let it hit the back of their head, and they're not actually bracing. And what you need to do is when you throw the ball up, is you need to create a level surface, okay? And you need to start slowing it down. And one of the biggest things to do that people do wrong is they don't put their arms up. When you put your arms up, what you're doing is you're actually creating this cup that's from the back of your neck to your shoulder blades, and so it's almost gonna just keep the ball right in there. So again, what you want to do is start by just throwing it just past your head and then dropping down. And when you drop down, you should be dropping down, you know, pretty low, because you need your back to be kind of forward, your shoulder blades to be out, and your neck to be up, and that's what's going to actually create that cup. So again, you know, when you start off, you know, it might hit the back of your head, and you might not get it right. So just work on, you know, throwing it up and getting down. See how low I am here? That's because I threw a little bit higher. So, you know, start doing that, and then when you start getting a little bit better, you can do where you work on juggling like that. So again, that's how to catch a soccer ball in your neck. Those are kind of the fundamental tips that you need to know. So, you know, again, what I would do is I would just go out and I would just do the toss as much as you can, and just really work on that. And we're going to go over some cool stuff, like, you know, how to keep the soccer ball on your head and stuff, and run all over the field. But for this video, that's kind of the basics. So make sure that, you know, you're going down, you're catching the ball, you're creating that little cup that's right on the back of your neck. And, you know, again, lost my mic here. Stick your arms out when you do that, because that's what's going to actually enable it. And some of the time, you'll notice, especially if it's windy, it's a little bit windy out today, that the ball's going to kind of be floating around back and forth. And that's why you have your arms out. You have your arms out to kind of balance it back, to get it right back in that little spot where you need to get it. So again, that's how to catch a soccer ball in your neck. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, do all that stuff up here, down there. And then also, if you want to check out a video of how I went from being just an average soccer player to playing professionally as well, and maybe you want some of those tips too, you want to get to that next level, and really taking it to being a game-changing player on the field. So check that out, and I will see you in the next video.